Hello and welcome to the No Ceilings podcast on the Turtlesmith network. We're here again with another episode for you. How you doing today, Courtney?
I'm good. I'm doing
Gucci
well.
gang.
Gucci.
How you been?
I've been well.
You been
swell.
Swell?
Swell. I'm trying not to laugh right now
Why is that? What's so
because
funny?
y'all goofy.
Man, you know, we was turning up a
Y'all
little bit, but you are funny. We're gonna have to catch you up on some things.
That's all right. Don't even worry about it.
to
We ain't
get
got to
you-
tell the people.
We ain't gonna tell the people, but we're gonna catch you up on some things, get you up to speed.
All good. Don't even worry about
Man,
it.
it's all good.
Anyway, I did something that you haven't done.
What?
I went to watch Sinners.
You did do that.
I
haven't did that.
Yeah, we got to catch him up on some stuff, y'all. I know now.
Okay, it's an inside
that.
joke. We're gonna try to
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
because you got me all the way messed up.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I'm still processing it.
Okay.
Great. I thought it was a great movie. I'm still processing it. I'm not quite ready to talk about it just yet,
Okay.
but I thoroughly enjoyed it. 2
That's
hours
great.
and 30 minutes of Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan.
Outstanding. Well, I'm glad you went to see it. I might check it out sooner or later.
Okay, this week.
Does that make me a sinner?
Maybe. Who knows?
Okay. What we talking about today, Courtney?
Today, we are talking about the importance of how you treat your customers. Customer service.
Customer service.
Customer service
dig that.
and taking criticism and feedback.
Right.
It's important, you know.
Very important.
I think that you know, we've kind of touched on this, you know, in season 1 a little bit. But social media and this digital age that we live in now, there are critics everywhere.
Right.
And so even when, you know, you're not looking for people to review your restaurant, or your place of business, you could very well be getting a review.
Right. As an owner or someone that does the service, you're actually always under review. You know what I'm saying? From the time you meet and greet to the time that service is ended,
Yeah.
they're constantly casting a judgment on you.
Yeah.
How you handle every situation, that matters to the customer.
Yeah.
And, you know, word of mouth has always been the biggest seller of business. So now it's like hyper word of mouth now with social media and like something can happen this second and everybody can know about it the next second.
100%, because if your food come out cold and they sitting there, your Facebook or whatever social media they have is right there. They done cut the camera on. They done start typing. They type fast too.
Oh, fast.
They start typing and they got everything to say. So, you know, you have to be very careful and cognizant about, you know, how you handle your business.
No, that's for real because they definitely have
You
everything
be like, dang,
to say.
it just happened. We ain't even had a chance to fix it. And,
Right.
and you done already took to social media. Dang
Yeah.
on.
And you really, it's like, it's so critical, but you can't be critical on yourself. And that's what we're here to kind of talk about, because it's critical to have your process in place, like the things that we talked about in season 1, having that process kind of laid out, practice that process, and then perfect that process over time.
Yep.
Because you can't please everybody,
Right.
for one.
Right.
And somebody's going to say something. And you can't be so emotionally tied to that process that gets your panties in a bunch and that you can't hear what that customer is actually saying.
True that.
Because when you're too emotional, it cuts off that logic and we're not hearing nothing. We're just ready to retort.
React.
Instead of seeing, okay, what is this customer really saying? Is it worth me looking into to change something, or are they just having a bad fucking day?
Yeah,
You
and
know what I'm
it could
saying?
be one of the two. But
Could be one of the
even
two.
in that, you could also be the person that makes somebody's day with your service.
Absolutely. I love that. That's very real too. And
Yeah.
a lot of time when you have like repeat customers, that's because you made that impact on them like that.
Absolutely. Well, let's we have a video. Let's roll the video or the clip, and let's talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
I got a couple of shorts for you guys. I'm just gonna run them back to back, and then we can go ahead and discuss after that.
Cool beans.
One single TikTok was all it took to completely destroy a business, and this whole story revolves around one of the largest TikTokers by the name of Keith Lee. This man has turned struggling businesses into thriving businesses over and over again.
I see y'all giving out haircuts and doing crazy, so we want to leave $1,000 to the barber so we can get everybody here to please. What was you $1,000 for the fix that hair? What is $2,000?
He blessed everyone there. But it's safe to say that things really turned into a car crash when one of the ladies made this video.
So a lot of y'all know yesterday I got to meet Keith Lee. And granted, everything was cool, right? Wrong. I charged him $4,000 on his car, meaning all the money went to the food truck in hopes that she would do what she needed to do. Mind you, I'm a worker. This is your business, so I'm doing what you say. She tell me after this person, which is the third person, you gotta start charging again.
The dude donated money, and he trusted the business to disperse it as he wished. So the owner took the money and didn't honor the request. He gave them the perfect setup, and they just completely fumbled everything.
Okay, this is the one thing I want to say about Keith Lee that I hadn't seen nobody say yet. Here's why it's hard to get him to review your food good. Because you would have to treat everybody the same. You don't know when he's coming. He ain't gonna come in and you're like, oh, Keith, let's treat him right. That don't work. That backfires. And the people he's sending in for the food, he don't never show them on the videos. So in order to treat him well, you would have to treat every customer well. And well, that's just gonna take too much doggone time. It's easy to treat celebs well when they come in. We celebs, we on our way, treat us different. That's easy. But you try to do that to Keith, and it backfired. He like the Joker right now. You trying to bribe him? He's like, nah, man, I don't want your money. I want to pay for the food, and I want to be treated normal. People are like, what? This ain't how celebrity works. Let me treat you different. And then the video go crazy because of that. And the restaurants, they not finna treat everybody well. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Kev on stage is crazy. Oh my God.
Funny. Was that it? Oh man, that was great right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
one thing I want to say.
And I think that that's important because you are supposed to treat everybody, you know, with respect. First off, you never know when Keith Lee is coming.
Right.
He's made his way to Oklahoma City, you know, and a lot of people around here got the chance to experience him either positively or negatively, and they reacted in that way. But I think that it's important for everybody to know that, you know, you can't take things so personal because he's literally just coming to do a food review, you know, but at the same time, your customers are coming to do a food review.
Yeah.
So
So
it's nothing
essentially, I think Keith Lee's point is that everybody is Keith Lee. Everybody's coming to review your food. Everyone wants to be treated well like a celebrity, no matter if they're not or they are, you know. And me personally, that's my approach to customer service, is to treat every person well. And you know, there are a lot of people that take that to heart, to treat every customer well. I mean, because I'm like that. I know I've been to places and I go to places that make me feel that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're going to be serving people and you don't like people, you have to get over that. And you have to treat people with respect and kindness. And just like you would want someone to treat you, your mother, your sister, or anybody that you care for.
Yeah. One of the shows that I've watched, I have a tendency to just cut the TV on and try to binge every now and again. I love watching What Would You Do? Have you seen that, where they do these setups, like there are real people in these restaurants, stores, on the street, and you have the actors playing a role.
Right.
And the role is like they're finding a way to get a reaction from the people who don't have a clue about what's going on.
Right.
So for instance, I think the last episode that I watched, there was a guy in a store and he goes to buy a dress. And the lady in the store says, I don't think this dress is for you. I don't think this is the place for you. and they wanted to get a reaction out of the customers, and so they're like, what do you mean this is not the place for him? She's like, you know what, you're right, this is not the place for him, and it's not the place for me either, because of how rude and disrespectful you are. And so they've done all these different scenarios where they've gone into restaurants, they've been in stores, they've been on the street looking at how people are treating their kids, or being, just to get reactions out of people. And then after the people are like walking out of the store angry, they're like, hey, just a minute. This was just a scenario, and that wasn't real, but how were you feeling? What were your thoughts?
Right.
And I think that, that's kind of what this is, but in real time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people have a tendency to think that they can just because you own a business, or because, you feel a certain way about certain things, you can just treat people any kind of way.
Yeah.
And I don't need their money, but you may miss their money and somebody else's money. So you just never know.
You might miss your target audience by neglecting the audience that you're not targeting.
And I think that's actually kind of funny too. That's the episode. That is the actual episode. And that is crazy. That lady was so rude, but when I say you, that was so good to me. I was like, man, because you just never know who's listening. So like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be on social media. It can be in real time. That, you're being criticized, or your employees can be criticized because of how they're acting. So you always want to make sure not only that you are on point, the service is on point, and the people that work for you are on point.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
I think the way that Keith Lee is a great example of how you can teach your staff how to treat every person with respect and the service that they should get by, simply just setting up a scenario, sending in your family members to, get whatever service, or call whoever. There's certain things that you can do to just keep your team on point with serving and handling the business.
Yeah. And Bar Rescue is a good one too.
Yeah, I love that.
Have you watched that one?
Oh, yeah, I love Bar Rescue. Yeah.
So you see this stuff all the time. So we're actively watching what we don't want to see, or what you don't want to be. And so I think, just to kind of, wrap this all the way up, just be cognizant of what you're doing and how you're doing it, and make sure that you have standard operating procedures and, ethical standards of how you handle people and things. And always, the only thing that I can really think of is just say, treat people how you want to be treated. We all go somewhere where we get some type of service.
Right.
And so we always want to be the ones that are doing the best that we can, doing the best that we can to be the best person that we can be, in all spaces.
And I say, in part of adding on to being the best person that you can be is just doing everything out of the state of love.
Yeah. Love and kindness.
Love yourself and let that exude from your pores, and let everyone else smell the love from your body.
Or liquor. Hey, sometimes liquor be coming from them pores.
Hey,
you can smell boy, some of these people, child. Wash your body and don't have all that liquor in there. Anyway. With that being said, I think that we can just kind of go ahead and wrap this episode up. If you agree with us or you disagree, we are open. We want to hear all of your. We want to know your comments. Let us know if there's anything that we can do better. If you like this episode and any other episodes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in.